Do you ever spiral emotionally and know it's happening? You're watching yourself go down that rabbit hole, but you can't stop it. One minute you're fine. And then the next, you find yourself, you're crying, you're apologizing, you're snapping, you're struggling with all of these waves of emotions moving through your body. This is because you were never taught how to actually tend to your emotions, your emotional field. And so what happens is you're either feeling everything all at once, this is what I did, or you're completely numbing to the world. And so it's like, I don't feel anything. I don't know how I feel. And what happens is I know because this was me too. I could see myself doing it. I was so aware of it, but I still couldn't seem to stop it. It's because you were never taught the power of emotions. Your emotions are creative energy that we now going into this new era that we're stepping into, they are actually how we manifest is through our emotions, our understanding of our emotions and our connection to our emotions. This whole idea that you're too emotional or not emotional enough is frankly just bullshit. You, lovely, just need some guidance in how to actually not only express your emotions, but become very intimate with your own emotional experience because emotions are a bit of a wild card in this day and age. And your emotional expression is probably going to look different from your husband's, your best friend's, your child's. How deeply I feel is going to be different than how deeply you feel. And most of us were taught that we should bottle up our feelings, bypass our feelings, or blame other people for our feelings. And so our emotions get stuck in our body. When you understand that feeling and emotional expression is actually an art and a skill, you become emotionally sober, where your emotions no longer have power over you. You instead are working with them like a tool. So, emotional sobriety is a term that comes from the AA world. And what it is, it's actually about creating enough inner safety within yourself to let them move through. And that inner safety comes from the last video, you can go and watch it, about your nervous system. Because when you feel safe in your body, you're going to be able to feel what emotions come up, whatever emotions arise, without collapsing, attacking, or abandoning yourself. Because the one thing that I hear from most of the women that I work with is I'm so afraid to open the floodgate of emotions because I'm scared they're never going to end. And this is the biggest distortion around our emotions is this like, if I feel it will never end and it'll turn into a depression or anxiety. It's not that. It's actually you're feeling depressed or anxious because you haven't been given the chance to compassionately feel without judgment. When we learn how to sip on our emotions a little spoonful at a time, life becomes easier. We flow. Emotions become literally energy in motion. So my emotions used to really take me out. They used to rule me, which is why people don't want to feel because they stop you from doing your day to day stuff that you got to get done. So if I was in a fight with a boyfriend and then I would have to go and work, I couldn't function. I would have this dark cloud sitting over me all the time. And it was because I became attached to the emotion and I allowed them to get stuck in my body. But when I learned to actually feel everything without judgment, they actually shifted because that's what keeps our emotions lasting longer than, let's say, 90 seconds. An emotion is really, some studies say, should only last 90 seconds. But that's if you're not judging or creating a story around what you're feeling. Now, if you're feeling multiple emotions at once, because we do that too, that expression of emotion might last longer, but it'll come in waves and they're quite short waves. So as soon as I allowed to drop the story of judgment around what I was feeling, the emotion started moving and it started clearing that dark cloud around me. So, what I would really encourage you to do is to actually start developing a vocabulary around your emotional state. Um, get aware of what you're feeling. Oh, I'm feeling sad, and acknowledge it. All you need to do is acknowledge it. Your feelings are like children, they are part of your inner child self, and they are going to be expressing needs to you all the time. And if you think of a child, right? Children really just need our attention. And so when you can pay attention to your emotions, they start to shift. So developing a vocabulary around these emotions helps create that sobriety around your emotional expression. So I feel sad. Notice it. Place a hand on your body where you feel the sadness. If there's not a word to describe how you feel, drop into your body and notice, oh, yeah, I feel tight here. I feel tight in my stomach right now. And let yourself be present with that feeling in your body. This is so vital to this moving. And I'm not going to lie, it will feel uncomfortable. If you've never done it before, it will feel uncomfortable. This is why we don't do it. But as one of my mentors, she used to say, is no one's ever died of feeling. No one's ever died of feeling an emotion. So can you learn to get uncomfortable? Because eventually they just move. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but it does move. And when you build this emotional sobriety, what happens is you stop apologizing for your feelings, right? How often are you apologizing for the way that you feel? No, we got to stop that. And you start showing up with clarity so you can actually express this is what's going on for me. That creates deeper intimacy and lets people know you more. And then you stop actually giving up your power to your emotions. And instead, your emotions become tools to create deeper awareness of self and deeper intimacy in all of your relationships, because that's actually how we connect with other people is through our emotions. And we need to know how to communicate what is going on inside. Good is not an emotion. Fine is not an emotion. And okay is not an emotion. That gives the other person no, no insight into what's actually going on for you. So when you can actually feel without spiraling or shutting down, you then can speak your truth. You can speak what's going on inside for you. And this is what we're exploring in the next video. Your voice is sacred. Stop giving away your power. Go watch it next.